As a music educator, I will use music to create an inclusive culture where students express themselves and discover personal connections with the world around them. My classroom will be inclusive and students will learn how to work as a team. To ensure an inclusive ensemble, I will establish rotating chair placements for each work within a concert repertoire. Through rotating parts, all students are held accountable and everyone is given chances to excel through music. For performing ensembles, it is necessary for students to work by listening, preparing, and practicing to become a cohesive unit. I appreciate inclusivity within my classroom since my professors at Long Beach State accommodated my education plans to best suit my medical needs. Throughout my treatments, my music teachers always allowed their classrooms to be areas where I could work with others, and they helped lift me up and cover me while I was recovering. For instance, while I was healing from brain surgery, my private teacher and area director allowed me to compose a piece since I wasn't able to play trumpet for extended periods of time. They even helped record tracks for the trumpet sextet. In an age where many compare themselves to others, it is vital to ingrain in students the idea that there are many different paths to the same goal. Each student progresses at a different rate, yet all can achieve success. My classroom will be an area where students can learn to use music to express their emotions. Through analyzing music, my students will channel emotions to interpret musical works, which improves their performances. As we expand our repertoires, students develop their musical instincts and begin to naturally interpret the moods of a particular work. The joy of Mozart, the power of Holst's Mars, or the uneasiness of Schoenberg. After a comprehensive understanding of music theory, I will introduce students to composing their own music so they may express themselves through their own works. Though I wrote many arrangements throughout high school, none of my works connected with me as personally as the original piece I wrote, Pieces of Me, which allowed me to express the uncertainty and worries I felt going into my brain biopsy through music. Although my students may not have a similar event in their lives, and I hope not, through expressions in music, each student will have an outlet to express their own personal experiences. Finally, my students will use music to build personal connections that expand their horizons. Students naturally prefer a particular genre of music, and my goal as an educator is to introduce them to a variety of styles in the hopes that they will be interested in another culture's music. Once they appreciate another culture's style of music, they'll be more likely to research the heritage behind the music. For instance, I grew up listening to big band jazz, but as I grew older and performed more musical genres, I began to love the style of Brazilian bossa nova. I quickly learned of its political roots, and this knowledge gave me a greater appreciation of its background and the messages conveyed by its originators. By having my students introduce a style of music that is personally significant to them, the whole class will become more knowledgeable and understanding of each classmate. Through this sharing of musical backgrounds, students will broaden their connections with their classmates and might even learn to love something new. Music is the means through which I will create an inclusive classroom culture where students express themselves and discover personal connections with the world around them.